Yo, YouTube, what up, gang? Check this out, man. I got this one right here for y'all. It's this Boosie turn on VladTV over 6ix9ine situation, and BG admitting that he testified. You know, 1090 Jakes, man. I'm gonna drop 1090 Jakes link in the description like always. Shout out to 1090 Jakes, man. He goated with these videos. Man, make sure y'all hit that hype button. You feel me? Subscribe if you didn't subscribe, like always. You did. We're gonna jump into this, man. See what's happening. You know, we already didn't win over this Boosie and Vlad. Where the Boosie, no, it was Big Banks and 6ix9ine situation. So this different though. This Boosie and Vlad over 6ix9ine. If you don't know, like, Boosie stopped doing like the little interviews with Vlad, and I really thought like they was really a good combination. You feel me? Like, it was just, they just hit different when they did videos together, the interviews. You know what I mean? They just go together real well, doing podcasts together. But that ended up ending. Then, you know, Boosie started his own Patreon. You feel me? Where he got his own setup, doing his own little thing. You feel me? Like, I wish him well, but at the same time, I wish Boosie would have like just started on YouTube, started his own like YouTube channel. You feel me? And dropped his interviews on there. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, people used to like subscribing on YouTube is free. You feel me? So people usually like seeing these interviews or clips. With Patreon, you gotta download a whole nother app, like put your credit card in, all that. You feel me? Like, you ain't gotta do all that with YouTube. YouTube automatically installed on your phone when you buy it, when you turn it on. You feel me? So it just hit different. But man, we're gonna jump into this, man.
This may be one of the only cases of a DJ, a YouTuber, completely defeating not only a gangster.
Oh, I dropped a clip of this about BG, right? I dropped a clip of it in. It's been a couple days ago, man. A couple days ago, I dropped a clip. I meant a short of this in the short sections. You feel me? Like, see, in the shorts, you can always find all the like hip hop drama, celebrity drama, and celebrity smoke. You feel me? Like, just like Dean the Great and AB, like, they've been going crazy with the clips. Like, they've been going viral right now. But we're going to get into this Boosie situation, see what BG said, and see what's going on.
The rapper, but a gangster rap legend after VladTV completely embarrassed Boosie. Now, this whole back and forth played out on social media, over social media, and Boosie has been one of Vlad's legendary guests. The chemistry, the balance between the two of them, the interviewer and the interviewee, has gained a ton of views because they just go so well. Nobody expected this beef, and the whole thing comes down to Boosie was pocket watching how much 6ix9ine got paid for an interview.
That ain't cool,
Boosie hates rats. We all know it.
That ain't cool, Boosie.
Come out and say Boosie didn't
that ain't cool pocket watching
interview because Charleston White was gonna be there. All of this crazy anti-rat shit that everyone seems to support, but BG, who Boosie DM'd me about, upset after the video I did on him, BG just admitted that he testified in a grand jury.
Oh,
hey, that grand jury shit, cap, but just making, they don't know how to go, putting your name in the mix with the grand jury shit.
I got subpoenaed. He got subpoenaed by the grand jury, you know.
Okay, so if you don't know what a subpoena is, when you get subpoenaed, you have no choice. You have to go, or they're gonna lock your goofy self up. You get what I'm saying? Do your homework on getting locked up. But let's carry on.
You know what I'm saying? When I got my subpoena, I'm like, man, I went to my lawyer, man, I'm not gonna woo-woo. He like, man, if you don't go, you're going to jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, BG said, I went to my lawyer like that, and they get woo, you going to jail. Boy.
Saying, like, you cannot duck this. Like, you got to go.
Quick pause, because this might actually help you out. If you're trying to build your credit or just want your direct deposit soon, more on top of their finances. Now we're gonna take this back to the origins of the beef. Boosie wanted more money. Vlad was like, nah. Boosie tried to portray that Vlad was being cheap, when in all actuality, Vlad was overpaying. And if he paid any more, he would have been making no profit off the situation. And he sat down with 6ix9ine, the cause of it all, to talk about it.
Now, I mean, the first thing.
See what he had to say, man.
I feel like you're the reason why a whole bunch of my guests are upset.
Yeah.
Because first Boosie had a problem.
You say you think or you know?
I know.
Yeah, I know too. No,
You know?
it's just, it is what it is. So my thing is like, pocket watching fucks up a lot of shit, right? For him to pocket watch, remember, he's your boy. Like, he's been interviewing you for how many years before? No, hold on, no, wait, don't defend him. What year did he start?
Well, technically, our first interview was 20 years ago. So, but way before VladTV, when I was doing DVDs. So,
all right,
2006.
Yeah, I want Boosie was young.
Man, this is a major throwback. Look at how young Boosie
Man, webby.
look. And that's the thing that surprised so many people. This isn't just something that started recently. This is a 20-year, what many people thought, friendship. But apparently it wasn't a friendship, it was strictly business for Boosie.
Ain't no wrong with that.
20 years.
Ain't no wrong with
Because
that. Ain't no wrong with that. All businesses don't last forever. You feel me? All friendships don't last forever. You feel me? Sometimes you outgrow each other. You know what I mean? I know this was over just a pay raise of the little 5,000 extra. But at the end of the day, like, Vlad did say he hoped Boosie do well. You know what I mean? And I believe if Boosie be consistent, his platform, it'll blow up over there because he do have a big fan base now. So we ain't gonna just count him out like that. But alright, carry on.
6ix9ine got paid a little more. Everything went down the drain.
He should have way more loyalty to you if it's fucking a century. You know what's a century?
It's 100 years.
Is it?
A decade.
No, a decade is 10 years.
Right, so 2 decades.
So 2 decades.
Yeah.
We were both wrong. I took facts. But listen, how many interviews would you say he do a year? 1?
Sometimes as many as 4.
4.
Yeah.
So 4 times 10
40. I mean, he's probably done
equals
maybe,
40
maybe
times
30
25. Jesus Christ. So just for you to talk, can you see that, guys?
Right, okay, but here's...
But now this is being hypocritical, though. Now you pocket watching like Boosie was with you. See what I'm saying? I get it. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, but at the same time, if you gonna call out the hypocrisy, don't do it too.
Wait, no, fuck that. Can you see that, guys? So just for him to fucking talk,
The math is mathing, and what isn't making any sense is why Boosie would walk away from this situation over 6ix9ine. Like, it's like a pride thing. Like, he got more than me and he ratted. I can't go for that.
You can't be mad at a man for standing on his own principles and morals.
I'm the realest in the game. You got to pay me more. And it's like, bro, you making all this money.
No matter how he move, I'ma say you can't be mad at a man that's standing on his own principles and morals, no matter how he move his own goalposts. Let's say it that way. You feel me? Cause man, everybody moving their goalposts for their homeboys. Let's just be real.
You don't even have to go anywhere. Vlad
Just
is
like the
flying to
homie.
you with his crew to interview you at your house. All you got to do is get the door and you get a bag.
You want to do it?
no, wait. Can you, I don't give a fuck, but can you tell the world? All right, just say
You
it.
wanna say
Sorry.
it?
Yeah.
50,000.
So you paid me 50,000
Right, for the first interview.
for the first interview?
50,000's a bag for an interview. 50,000, and this is the thing: is so many people think like regular rappers get that kind of money. I'm not gonna name names because it's just gonna cause controversy, but no one's paying that kind of money unless you're getting millions immediately. And 6ix9ine's interview on VladTV this year was like the biggest interview of the year. Everything went crazy viral, all the clips, all the little edits, this and that. That's why he's worth that kind of bag. Even the numbers on this video, just this clip, is over 500,000. So it's like, that kind of bag is an investment. But for like the random rappers that go on Say Cheese or No Jumper or this and that, the Chicago rappers, the boys are not getting 50K. They're not getting 10K. They're not getting 5K.
And they ain't globally known neither,
the
though.
The number you think people are getting, they're not getting. And then you got some rappers that turned YouTubers. They're not getting 50K a month off YouTube. They're not getting views. They're not getting subs. They're not getting none of that shit. So a lot of y'all think these people are richer than they are because maybe this video got a certain amount of views, a music video, or maybe the blogs post them because they steady doing stupid shit and they keep
that ain't the case.
Blogs, and they got the Moissanite Cartier and they got the fake chain.
Yeah.
They got all this jewelry, but they never tag a jeweler because they get the shit off fucking Temu. So my point is, y'all think people are getting more money than what they really are. And then you see somebody who's really getting a bag because they bring the results that's wanted by the channel. Me and Vlad have been locked in the same price. I never asked for more. Because the thing is, I don't make my money off of interviews. I make my money off my own channel. Now, if I have to, you know, when I went to New York and sat down with Vlad flew me to New York and I got paid for it. You know what I'm saying? He took care of the flight, etc. Everything was good. But as far as like if we do a remote interview, all I have to do is just go to the studio, sit down, I get paid. I never ask for more because there's power in a relationship like that. As many interviews as me and Vlad have done, I now consider him an actual friend.
That's just a respect, man. That's just mutual respect.
Pick up and vice versa. I can ask for advice on shit and he's just giving me free game on other situations. So I'd actually consider him a friend. But when it comes to the money, I don't make my money off of interviews. I don't need to charge $5,000, $10,000, $20,000.
You ain't got to, though, because you can get the exposure from just being on a big platform like Vlad and make your own videos and bring the exposure back to you. That's how you do it. You don't want the bag, man. Just teach me and I can fish myself and get a whole fish for life instead of just eating that one day. Yeah, you doing it right.
Because what's going to happen is once I do this interview with Vlad, it puts my name in the algorithm and all I need to do is stay consistent on my channel and I get my bag. That is my return. Not having to charge more because 6ix9ine got paid 50 bands. But again, this gets interesting because Vlad talks about the relationship that they had, and I believe he thought they were truly friends, and now it seems like they're almost beefing and shit's just gone down the fucking drain, and Vlad was given no choice but to prove his point.
Now look, like for example, if you would have told me 6 months ago that me and Boosie are gonna get into it, and 90% of the people are gonna take my side in this overall situation, I would have said that will never happen in my lifetime.
That's a fact. I think a lot of people didn't expect that. Once Boosie put out the initial message and made Vlad appear cheap.
Yeah.
And once Vlad came with the fucking facts, everyone was like, oh nah, Boosie wildin'. You acted like it was only 5,000 more, but really he's showing you how much he been paying. And then he's showing you what the numbers are doing and how the value has technically decreased, and he'd be going under the table at that point. He'd be making less money. He wouldn't be profitable.
Yeah, it was wild.
It would be costing him money just to put you on his channel. All that for nothing.
Because Boosie has such a big following and a history and so forth.
You give him too much credit.
But listen, when I came through and laid out all the truth and laid out all the facts, and Boosie's follow-up wasn't Vlad's lying, those aren't the numbers, he's not, he said, yeah. He was giving me 25, and I felt I deserved 35.
But just think about that, 25, 6, 7, 8 times a year. And it's been 7 months and I haven't done an interview and I asked for 35. That's why we feel we couldn't come to an agreement.
Boosie over the years, pay increase went up or down? Up. 6ix9ine, who was your best guest on your platform with the most views, his pay grade went up or down?
Down, but there's a reason for it. But can I say the reason?
Now there's a reason.
No. Can I say the reason? No. Can I say the reason though?
Why?
Boosie more consistent.
Yeah.
People's first interviews are usually their biggest.
Okay, so why didn't I use?
Hold on.
Why didn't I use that as leverage against you?
That's a fact too, because when I did my first interview, I'm not talking about with Lockdown 23-1. Shout out to Josh. That was the first interview I ever did, period. It ever got on YouTube. But aside from that, I waited. And my first interview was on No Jumper, and I think it's like almost 7 million views. Like my interview did bigger than King Von's, which was crazy. Like I said, 4 years ago, the 1090 Jake interview, 6.8 million views.
Oh, on No Jumper.
At this point, I think we can all agree and understand the situation. Boosie was upset.
But it's also over the time period So that's 6 point something million. Yeah, 1090 Jake's them first video on No Jumper did that. But it changed over time, you know what I mean?
Because 6ix9ine, who everyone knows is a rat, was making more money than he was. But this is my thing. I covered the BG story like 2 years ago. I got a lot of blowback for that situation, right? I heard the story. They said he, whatever, somebody was supposed to take the fall. But then after he took the fall, he didn't want to take the fall anymore. And he was accusing everyone of snitching, this and that, yada, yada, yada. Just like the Gucci Mane situation, everybody came up with an excuse for BG. I've never received more death threats over any other video than the one on BG.
Oh, that's
right?
wild.
Basically was told I'm banned from New Orleans, this and that, all this crazy ass shit. BG himself never responded.
No, not banned from New Orleans. It's crazy.
I would have went to Arizona or whatever the fuck the halfway house was and sat in front of BG so we could have this conversation and figure it out. Because I'm not making shit up. I'm reading the fucking paperwork. I didn't write the paperwork. I'm reading the paperwork, right? Well, BG just did an interview admitting he testified in a grand jury, and Boosie hasn't said a fuck thing about it. But Boosie was one of the first ones to jump in my DM telling me to correct some shit that I didn't do.
Oh,
I
wow.
didn't go in the grand jury. BG did.
Grand jury shit, cap, but nigga just making shit up. They don't know how that shit go. Nigga putting your name in the mix with the grand jury shit. Like, what, that just some shit that niggas don't know. But that nigga dog face nigga, that nigga was a fan of you. And then I see this nigga, that shit fucking me up, bro. So I ain't known that, bro. But man, you sometimes.
Now, what he just did right there was copped a whole lot of pleas just to ask a fucking question. Hey, bro, is the grand jury shit true? Because I seen somebody else talking about that shit, and I'm not on that shit. Homie, just ask. Just straight up ask. What's the grand jury accusations? We saw paperwork came out.
Yeah, I agree.
Like he's gonna take your face off right there.
Yeah, nigga, just text, ask.
I understand trying to be respectful, but you can respectfully
be blunt.
The question instead of trying to be like, yo, bro, I don't mean nothing crazy.
Yeah,
you know, because I feel like he's making the shit like you already picking a side. Just wait for the truth.
You know what I'm saying? I be like, man,
if
fuck
niggas
that.
a real federal nigga, you know what I'm saying, and then a nigga, you know, really been in the system and really know how the system work and really know, you know what I'm saying, how that shit go, then nigga understand, you know what I'm saying? Because I got.
Please tell me, right? Anyone who's watching this video, out of everything that just came out of his mouth in response to that, tell me what the fuck that means. You
don't know.
Like said a whole lot of nothing.
You know what I'm saying? By the me and my nigga Blunt, we got subpoenaed by the grand jury. You know what I'm saying? Because a nigga mentioned.
Shout out to BG though, man. I like BG.
When he went to jail and shit, right? So you know, when I got my subpoena, I'm like, man, I'm
glad he's free.
Man, I'm not going woo. Like, man, if you don't go, you going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot duck this. Like, you got to go. You know what I mean? He would like just go in there and plead the fifth. You know what I'm saying? On, you know, whatever they ask you, if they ask you this, that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? Then, you know, you answer whatever, but you cannot not go. You know?
All right, so right there, he just went against himself. He says he got a subpoena. A subpoena is a court order in which you're required to show up. If you don't show up, they send out a warrant and take you to jail. That's a fact. Now, he said his lawyer told him either go in there and plead the fifth, which is you plead the fifth. You don't want to say anything because it could.
Or go in there and tell them everything.
You could incriminate yourself. And in that case, you don't say shit. But then he's like, the lawyer said, you know, they ask you questions, just answer whatever they ask. Those are two different things. When you go to a grand jury and plead the fifth, it actually has to get accepted. It can be accepted or denied. It's not just a choice that you have. It has to get approved, right?
Yeah.
But then he says that they ask you questions, you got to answer the questions. So
this is tricky right here.
Testifying in front of a grand jury.
Yeah.
Because if you don't go, like you
automatically guilty.
You are going to jail.
Automatically guilty, right?
If we was out here and the nigga did that, how you would look at yourself from the perspective of what you did?
Now that's a respectable question. Less stuttering, less beating around the bush. He's saying if someone else did that, if someone else testified to a grand jury to avoid going to jail, how would you look at them? Because realistically, when someone snitches, what's on the line? You either snitch or go to jail or snitch or go to prison.
Right.
You're avoiding saying this.
Yep, same thing.
So if you get told, hey, you need to come and tell us what the fuck happened and you're going to jail, and you do it to avoid going to jail, what would you call that? So let's hear BG's response.
Yeah, I want to hear the response.
Like if you didn't did that and another nigga did that, how you would look at that nigga?
That was a good question.
You had to do it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That was a good question.
Right.
So you know, if you get subpoenaed by the grand jury,
It's a must. That's how that shit go.
But if you don't understand it, would you be on the same side as the people that see it the way they see it?
If you don't,
That's a good question.
If you don't understand it,
It looks suspect.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I can see niggas like, oh man, that ain't
But the real is the real. You gotta understand.
No, the real is the real. Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that. I mean, bro, like niggas who been to the feds, like niggas who know how the system work, like niggas who know, like niggas know what's happening, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so my question for this is, why didn't he go in there and plead the fifth?
Nope. I told y'all. Didn't I tell y'all, chat? The federal boys, they play ball. If they ever want to come home, they play ball. It's either play ball or don't come home. What you gonna do? They play ball, man. They are. That's why. You already know what it is. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah.
Why did
They
he
play
testify
ball.
and answer the questions? Because if we want to look at it, we'll go over to my video from 2 years ago, the story of BG testifying on a fall man, right? We go to 2 minutes and 52 seconds. In addition, both Christopher Dorsey, that's BG, and Darian Blunt would testify that Dorsey was driving, Blunt was in the front passenger seat, and Washington was in the back seat. Washington was allegedly the fall man that accused BG of snitching. Both individuals, BG and Darian Blunt, would testify that they were unaware there was a firearm in the vehicle. They would both confirm that the firearm was Washington's, that Washington admitted to officers that the firearm was his and that he had obtained the firearm from his girlfriend, right? The whole thing with this is Washington would come back saying, that ain't my gun. That wasn't my gun. I'm not taking a rap for that gun. But BG already testified in front of a grand jury that it was his. And he said it was his.
BG snitched.
What do you call that?
That's snitching.
Boosie, what do you call that? And then some more paperwork. Someone would tell BG to get someone else out of jail so that they could sign.
1090 J. I don't need to see no more of this video. You right, gang. You absolutely right. But I'm gonna run it all the way through.
Were his.
I'ma run it all the way
through.
through.
They signed the affidavit,
You
taking
right.
responsibility for the guns, the charges against them
right.
would be dismissed. So they were trying to pin the gun on somebody, and they tried to get somebody to sign a paper saying the guns was theirs. But that's not.
That ain't what happened. BJ had already told, so it was already too late. You're right. You're right about that.
BG went in there and testified and said, yeah, that was his gun. And this is why I don't go for nothing anymore, because at the end of the day, there's always a rapper who you can find that's picked a favorite rap. At the end of the fucking day, someone's picked someone, or someone has picked a side in which they're like, nah.
He right, man. Them rappers, I keep telling you, you can't trust them rappers, man. Them rappers so weird, bruh. Yeah, BG has just got exposed, gang. And we didn't have to expose him. He exposed himself. Yeah, man. You know this. Hey, man, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe.